Welcome to the repair shop, where cherished family heirlooms are brought back to life.
Anything can happen. This is the workshop of dreams.
Home to furniture restorer Jay Blades.
Nowadays, things are not built to last, so we've become part of this throwaway culture. It's all about preserving and restoring. We bring the old back to new.
Working alongside Jay will be some of the country's leading craftspeople.
I like making things with my hands.
I love to see how things work, and I want to know how things work.
Whether it's a Rembrandt or somebody's family piece, every painting deserves the same.
Each bringing their own unique set of skills.
You're about to witness some magic.
They will resurrect, revive,
Oh, yes.
and rejuvenate treasured possessions and irreplaceable pieces of family history.
Oh, my goodness me. It looks like it's new.
Bringing both the objects
Oh, wow.
and the memories that they hold back to life. In the repair shop today, conservator Lucia Scalisi rescues a painting and restores the early memories of a lifelong love story.
Wow, what have you done? It looks like you've been shaving.
Little cuts.
Yeah.
While ceramics whiz Kirsten Ramsay gets to grips with a broken but beloved painted plaque. First to arrive at a rather rain-soaked repair shop today is Emma, who's travelled from Wimborne and Dorset.
Hello, Emma.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm
You all
good,
right?
thank you. How are you?
Very good. Is it in the front there, then?
It
yeah?
is indeed.
OK, you have that. OK, cool. Let's go inside. This way.
She's brought something that's crying out for the help and skills of furniture restorers Will and Jay.
What is it, Emma?
It's a jewellery chest, which was my grandmother's.
When Emma was 10 years old, she inherited this cherished family heirloom from her grandma, a Japanese lacquered jewellery chest.
Since I inherited the chest, it's always held a real significance for me. It's always lived on my dressing table, held my grandmother's jewellery, my jewellery. I think she had it, you know, for most of her life. So it's a real special item.
Emma treasured the jewellery box for the next 26 years, but in 2012, her home was burgled.
As soon as I entered the bedroom, my heart sank. Not only had the jewellery gone, but they'd taken the drawers completely from within the chest. They'd ripped out the heart of the chest, and it's like they'd sort of ripped out my heart as well. My father-in-law kindly remade the drawers, but they have no handles. You either have to try and prise them from the side, or you have to kind of lean the cabinet forward in order to get them out. It's not easy.
I'm sure that there's something we can do, definitely, with the lacquer work, because I think the front of the drawers would need to be re-lacquered to sort of be in keeping with the top drawer and everything else.
Yeah.
So would there have been any detail on these?
Yep, they were the same colour as the top drawer.
OK.
And had vine work on them, and you can see that it used to run sort of through and sort of connect all the drawers up.
Right. One thing I will ask, the handles, it'd be hard for me to find exactly the same handles.
Yeah.
Would you be happy for me to replace them with something similar?
Yeah, I think as long as it's all in keeping, then I'd be
keeping,
happy with that, yeah.
What would it mean to you to have it repaired?
When we got burgled, I felt, even though we were as secure as we could be, I kind of felt like I'd let my grandparents down in losing all their jewellery and everything. And this would kind of be, you know, we never recovered their jewellery. Right. But this would be the last piece of the puzzle, really, to get this restored. So I'd feel really proud that I'd been able to do that for them, even though they're no longer here.
Yeah.
So if you leave that with us, what we'll do is, once it's repaired, we'll get back to you and let you know.
Lovely.
It's OK?
Brilliant.
All right. No
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you for bringing it in.
Thanks very
Thanks.
much.
Cheers.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is nice.
Yeah.
I felt really nervous about leaving the jewellery chest there, but really excited, really looking forward to having it repaired and seeing it restored to its former glory.
I think it'd be really tricky getting the design right so it doesn't look too overpowering, something quite simple.
Let's get on with it then.
Lovely.
Will's challenge is to transform the bare wooden replacement drawers by recreating the look of ancient Japanese lacquer using his modern materials.
The plan is to match the new drawers to the top drawer. So as soon as I found the right and made up the right colour lacquer for the drawers, I'll then lacquer the rest of the drawers to sort of tie with the original. And once that's thoroughly dry, then I'll get on to the design for the front, which I'm slightly nervous about.
Next through the repair shop doors are Patricia and Ivor Sansom, who've travelled here from Hertfordshire.
Hello. How are we doing? On here it says painting, so obviously, Lucia, if you don't mind joining me over here, please.
Their prized possession will need the expert attention of art conservator Lucia Scalisi.
Hello. Nice to see you. Hello.
So, what is it?
Well, it's a very special painting. It's of a house that I was brought up in when I was a little girl.
Right.
During the war years, I was evacuated there with my grandmother, who was cook, housekeeper at the house.
Oh.
And then I lived there until I went into nursing, and I met Ivor, and we had our courting years there.
Wow.
And we were married from there.
Oh, that's nice. How did you manage to have it then? How did it come into your possession?
It belonged to my grandmother originally. It was painted by Mrs. MacDougall, who
It's
she
signed.
worked. Yes,
Signed here.
she worked for Mrs. MacDougall until she died.
Right.
And on her death, it was given to my mother, who was also brought up in the house. And then when my mother passed away, it was given to Ivor and I because it was sentimental to us.
Yes. Where was your courting done?
Well, we can't show it in the picture itself because it'll be more farther out.
So there was more garden here as well then?
Garden, yes, and shrubbery.
And so
Conveniently.
so you had your...
Maybe we should move on.
Do you know when she painted this?
I don't. I know that my grandmother had it from the 1920s. But,
yeah, it looks beginning of the century, 20th
that's
century,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Sometimes we get paintings like this, we don't know the background.
No.
So to have you here telling us this story, it's like living history. It's fantastic.
It's a bit funny because it's brought up so much of our, well, life, really, that's been tucked away there and forgotten about, really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, now you're bringing it all back.
So I can see there's a little bit of paint flaking off there. How was the damage caused?
When it belonged to my mother, she had a pub near Bristol, and unfortunately they had a fire, and I understand it was fire damage and smoke damage from that.
It's not been hung since.
It was just
It's been in store.
We'll be taking it out of his frame, which needs a little bit of repair, which Jay will take care of, I think.
we could do that.
Yeah,
No problem.
it's part of the original history of the object,
I wouldn't
so
like
it's
it
worth.
changed.
No, absolutely, keep it. All right, so then surface cleaning and revarnishing, filling these losses, but then retouching them.
really lovely if you could do it.
Yeah, it's your history. It's the history of love.
Thank you for bringing it along. So once we've repaired it and got it back to its former glory, it might bring back some more memories of courting days. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right. For First things first, what a lovely couple. Unbelievable.
What a story.
Yeah.
4 generations going on to 5 generations who've owned this painting.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Icknield House in Tring dates back to 1913, and although Patricia and Ivor haven't been back there for over 50 years, it will always hold very special memories.
I'd forgotten we were young once upon a time. Yeah. To talk about the picture and the memories just come flooding back, really. It's just unbelievable, really. They were lovely memories.
So what did happen in the garden?
No comment. No.
Lucia has over 25 years' experience conserving paintings, and on initial inspection, it looks like she has a big challenge on her hands.
Well, the flaking is a lot more extensive than I thought. The worst area is here, where large lumps of paint have gone. All these little tiny areas, the paint is curling up at the edges. You see there's little teeny tiny white dots, that's where the paint has gone. But there's also lots of little cracks that are the paint beginning to lift. And if you don't do something about it, it will get worse and you're losing original material. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this consolidated because I want to be able to handle the painting and turn it over. So I need to consolidate this and make sure that the paint isn't going to fall off.
In order to preserve the original paintwork and prevent any further flaking, Lucia applies an adhesive and uses a heated spatula to fuse it to the paint.
Okay, that's the last piece. I'm going to turn the painting over now so we can get an idea of what's going on at the back. Jake?
Yes,
You can give me a hand to get them out the back of the frame. If I lift it out, and then I'll lift it out and up, and if you could take the frame, it's all yours.
Thank you.
Good. And this is my lovely painting out of its frame.
Wow, what have you done? Looks like you've been shaving. What's all those, like,
Oh,
tissues on
yeah,
there?
little cuts. Yeah.
Why have you got these tissue paper? Oh, this is tissue paper, isn't it?
It's acid-free tissue. I've used it just to get the paint flakes down, but as you can see, I've got to now take all this off, and then I can clean the front of the painting. But it means that all the paint is now fixed, it's secure.
It's not going to peel anymore?
No.
Right.
From treasured toys in need of emergency surgery to ceramics that have seen better days, the experts that man the repair shop are determined to put the pieces back together. Over in Carpentry Corner, work is well underway on Emma's jewellery chest. Will has given the only original drawer a deep clean so that he can establish the exact colour he needs to recreate.
So I'm trying to make the lacquer with some natural shellac polish mixed with some pigments. So I've got the crimson red pigment, brown umber, black. And I think it's a case of trial and error, really. It's not too bad. It's still quite red. So what I'll do is move it over here. And I've got a black. It's not too far off from the colour I'm trying to get to. I'm pretty happy so far. So far, so good.
But it's not just the drawer colour that has to match. The intricate gold detailing is slightly three-dimensional, which is proving tricky.
I've got some gold paint that I'm trying out at the moment, but it's just not... It just doesn't look, doesn't have the same feel.
Ceramics connoisseur Kirsten might have just the thing.
A couple of the flowers, and especially the thicker branch there, that's slightly raised. Is there a way to
So you just want
thicken
it like
up?
slightly
thicker, yeah.
Actually, you could pop a bit of French chalk in there.
French chalk?
Yeah.
This might seem a bit of a silly question.
Try me.
French chalk.
Yeah.
Is that just chalk, but from France?
Sorry to laugh. No, it's talc, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, French chalk is talc, yeah. So, do you want to take those?
Yeah, that'd be great.
With the gold paint perfected, it's now just a case of working out the design.
How you doing, Will?
I'm just mapping out the detail for the front of the jewellery chest.
Cool. What I was thinking is, basically in the drawers, because it's going to be a jewellery box.
Yeah.
Why don't I put something a bit nice? Because what she's got is just a wooden, inlay where you can put something a little bit velvet. So she can put her rings and things underneath there, or on top of it, I should say. Is that cool with you?
That sounds really nice.
Can I do that?
Yeah, lovely.
You
Brilliant.
can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Measure this. I'll bring it back to you 2 seconds.
Lovely.
While Jay gets to work on the luxurious inserts, it's time for Will to take the plunge.
I think it's about time I start painting. Oh, gosh. Small strokes, I think.
Next into the repair shop, Delia Scott from Essex.
I've had my item for 40 years, and before that, my grandmother had it from 1914 when it was painted for her. I can remember it as a child in her house. It passed to my mother when my grandmother died, and she passed it to me.
This one's a clear-cut case for Kirsten.
Hello.
Hello.
What have you brought for me?
It was one of a pair that my grandmother had.
Right.
And I think it got dropped.
Oh, right.
By the way, there's this crack running from top to bottom.
Yes, I see, yeah.
And then there's a further crack which runs through there.
Yeah.
And that's got to have been 45 years ago.
Oh, golly. So it's been broken all that time?
Yes, it has.
Oh. I'm just going to cut through there, actually. Yeah, no, it is. It is like... I have had all sorts of things. I have literally had chewing gum and all sorts, but I haven't had plaster. I think if I can clean it really well and get it stuck back...
It looks like it's quite a clean crack, doesn't it?
Very, yes. So are you happy to leave it with us, Delia?
Yes,
OK.
I'll
get to work.
The news that it can be mended is just amazing. I can't tell you how chuffed I am.
Having examined it after it came in, it's actually glass. And really, I think all I need to do is actually get the edges nice and clean, give the surface a clean, and then just get it back together again. I'm just going to leave it now to cure overnight.
A new day in the repair shop, and Kirsten's making ready for the return of her customer, the owner of the broken glass plaque. After expertly gluing the pieces together, it's time to see if her handiwork has held.
So I'm just taking this tape off now. It's been holding the joins in place. It would have been really nice if those joins had have completely disappeared, which sometimes they do. I think the owner will just be happy to have it all back in one piece and up on her wall. The last stage is just to fill this area here where there's little flakes of paint missing along the break edge. So I'm just going to pop some filler in there and retouch it, and that's it. Hi, Delia.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Right, well, I won't keep you in suspense.
Oh, thank you.
So here it is.
Oh, wow. It's gone back beautifully, hasn't it? It's just wonderful to see it whole again.
So what are your plans for it, then?
It's going to go straight on the wall when I get home. It'll be magical to see it back there. It really, really will.
Fantastic.
It means everything to me because it's a tangible link with my grandma and my mother. And every time I'm going to look at it, I'm going to smile.
Back inside, Lucia is slowly uncovering the original artistry of Patricia and Ivor's fire-damaged picture. And she's roped in Jay to fix the frame.
I usually have to do this myself on the frame, so it's really nice that you're here today, Jay.
OK. I must say, this is the first frame I've ever worked on.
Don't let me hear you say that.
It's my 16th frame I've worked on. One corner done, just 3 more to go.
So you're going to take it apart and put it back together again?
Yeah, take it apart and then
Great.
do it properly.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Brilliant.
Looks like you've been cleaning out Will's ears.
I know, look at it. Amazing. But what I'm pleased about is that the flaking consolidation has worked, so the paint is all secure now, which is great. I mean, the colours, look at those colours now, how bright they are.
They are bright.
With the painting consolidated and cleaned up, Lucia can begin to fill in all the gaps.
This is the Optivisor I use for close work, and I'll be using it to do the filling. The purpose of the filling is to actually bring up the surface to the edge of the paint layer, the original paint layer, and then I'll retouch to that. Over the whole surface, there are easily 1,000 losses. Some of them are tiny, but they're relatively deep, and if you don't fill them, you get too much of a dip on the surface and it catches the light, so it disrupts your viewing of the image. On this painting, I'm actually retouching the losses that I filled. So these are all the little white specks, and there's lots of them. I'm not actually going over any of the original painted surface at all. The idea is that the artist's original intent is all there for you to see. So hopefully at the end of this process, you won't actually be able to see any of my work at all. You just see the artist's painting. As a conservator, you actually mix your own paint up using these dry pigments and then mixing them with a synthetic resin, so you have a paint, which is what happens here. And I do the colour mixing on here. One of the privileges of my job, for which I'm eternally grateful, is that nobody gets closer to the work of art after the artist has done it than a conservator. So I actually sort of see the whole thing, warts and all, but usually the beauty of it. It's a really privileged job. I love it.
In the fight against disposable culture, the repair shop experts are using all their skills and expertise to breathe new life into the nation's neglected possessions. Over in Will's woodwork corner, he's recreated the dark glossy finish and meticulous hand painting of an authentic Japanese design.
I'm just giving it a little buff up now. Slightly nervous. I hope that should be really pleased with this.
All done, Will?
Amazing.
Talk about amazing, that's amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, you've done well, mate. You've done well. She's going to be happy.
She's going to be even happier when she sees what you've done for the insides.
Well, the inlays, yeah. Okay, let's get them in. When's she coming now, yeah?
She'll be here any minute.
Emma's back and ready to be reunited with her family heirloom.
It's been 5 years since it was damaged, and it's looked really sad in that time, so to have it back, to have it home, to have it complete will be really, really special.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Well, very good. You all right?
Hi there.
You come for your jewellery chest,
I
is that
have
right?
indeed, yes.
Okay. You ready?
It's lovely, really lovely. It's amazing, really, really amazing.
Good, good. And you've got handles.
And I've got handles.
So you can actually use it.
I can use it again.
You can use it.
That's lovely.
Jay's done a really good job by lining all of the drawers.
That's lovely.
So now you have something soft to put all your
That's lovely.
jewellery on.
Really beautiful.
So, I know this is your grandma's chest that she gave to you.
Yeah.
Would she be proud?
She would be really pleased, really, really pleased. It's a long time since I've seen it looking complete.
Complete.
Yeah. I feel like it kind of closes the story on the burglary, and I think my grandma would be really, really proud and really pleased to see it looking so beautiful again.
I think she would.
I think she would as well. So, let's get this wrapped up.
I'm really pleased with the jewellery box. It looks absolutely amazing. It looks just as it should do.
And good luck for the future.
Thank you. It's had a lot of love and care put into it, and I'm really, really pleased and really looking forward to putting my jewellery back into it.
Over at the art station, Lucia has been working her magic on that prized painting, which has been hidden away in storage for 40 years.
Let's have a look. Oh, well done. Wow.
But yeah,
you guys got to see. Now, have a look at this. Now it's a painting.
That is a transformation, isn't it?
It's stable, it's been conserved, so it will go through to future generations. When I'm actually working on it, I try and find out a bit more about the painting and who painted it. And Violet McDougall, she did sell her paintings, and they have been up for auction fairly recently.
This is worth some money then now.
Well, in the hundreds. I mean, it's
a couple
not
of hundred.
sort of... Yeah, yeah.
I love that, the way you have an object and actually it kind of leads you sort of on a...
Into these stories. That's one of the beauties of the job, really.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Do you think they'll like it?
I think they'll love it.
Patricia and Ivor have returned to Icknield House for the first time since 1963 to collect a treasured painting and to relive some memories.
It's just wonderful, isn't it, just to be back. We haven't been back since my grandmother died so long ago, but it's just as it used to be, really.
Make me feel old now.
Well, we are old, aren't we?
They haven't been able to display their painting since it was damaged in a fire, but today they'll be seeing it beautifully restored and back to its former glory.
This is exciting. Oh, gosh, that's
painting.
Oh, that's lovely. Beautiful.
It's come back to what it used to
Yeah,
be.
it is, isn't it? Just how I remember it. I can't believe it. All those memories. It is lovely. I can't. Well, it is just as it used to be, isn't it? Such a long time ago. It's just perfect, isn't it? It's brought back so many memories. Memories of childhood and, of course, spending time with Ivor round the bushes.
Those bushes have gone, same as other things have gone in life.
There will be more incredible transformations at the hands of our experts next time in the repair shop, where treasured items are brought back to life.